and over again a couple of years back. And on the Bros side, certainly feeling a little bit reminiscent as well. So not exactly a whole bunch of surprise.
Which is back up now.
Yeah, that's the problem. They haven't been able to get enough done, and now Clear just has it again. And let's see whether they can actually kill him, though, as he does have the Dominus available. He will need to press it, and he may not be able to. He doesn't! He's just chain CC'd and taken out. That is a beautiful first blood to be picked up here by the Bros.
Doesn't get to play the game, but the counterpoint is that a lot of time spent overall by Gideon. The grubs were picked up by Raptor, and he is ahead in farm, so it's a good kill, good pickup there. Execution was good on the play.
And not the grubs. So I guess they did kind of get what they wanted, but sacrificed a bit more than I guess they were otherwise planning to do, as Teddy has to flash, and in goes Namgung once again, as the Bros look to try and fight back, but still not exactly making ground, as Raptor does have this Drake down to below half as Gideon comes in and looks to try and capitalize. Roamer is over here, and you can see Vikla down there as well. Solar Flare comes through. True Shot Barrage, a lot of damage as the Drake is taken by Gideon. Raptor trying to get out, but he's unable to do so, and now Diablo has to let those feathers fly. Pulls them back, and now Gideon, the gorgeous Vault Breaker flash to pick up the kill onto Kellen, and the Bros with 3 in a row and no answer from B&K make that 4.
Such a good fight there from the Bros. I think B&K Fear X, very split. Vikla didn't really have access.
Yeah, that was very, very cute. You can see now, we're going to try and kill Diablo as well, and he will be able to do so very comfortably. Gorgeously played. All right.
Yeah,
He's having a good time.
So Sundered Sky was already completed for Gideon. You saw it in the replay, had that available, so was really strong going into that.
Oh, Namgung looking a little bit aggressive as well here, as you can see Gideon making his way back down towards that bottom side as well. Solar Flare is going to be avoided, at least for the stun, but Diablo, no Feather Storm, no chance, and he is just taken out once again. 5-0 here for the Bros, approaching it down towards this bottom side once again. They get the information, Battle Dance gets Kellen out of there. As Gideon goes in, Vault Breaker doesn't quite connect, but Roma makes his way over immediately. Flash forward from Namgung as they lock down this Pantheon, but he absorbs so much of the pressure. There's the grand entrance as well as Clear makes his way amongst it. They're looking for that shutdown, and I think they're going to get it as Gideon very barely gonna go down as they trade it for the Renekton. Big shutdown money though over to Clear, and it's B&K that actually come out on top 2-1 as Kellen makes his way out as well.
Exactly what you want for the situation, and Raptor going to be able to back off and heal, has the ult. We see Vikla forced away here, but a trade up to B&K Fear X, and
so much money, man. Look at that. Yeah. They cut the gold lead in half with that play. And with this turret going down as well, that is our first turret blood going on over. So that is just going to even things out almost entirely.
Now,
yeah, it's like Vikla and Raptor looking to try and take this crab, but the dragon is just taken away in front of them. It's a Hextech soul as well this game.
Okay, I think it's honestly okay to have given up the dragon if you've lost. Oh, Clear.
Clear needs to decide not to die, I think, as we are just going to peek to see who's making their way up, as there's the flash and the big Nara into the wall, and Castian just grabs the solo bolo. Nothing Kellen could do to help him with that one.
Eventually, the Nara just runs away in the side lane, but the fact it's happening already, he's got like a 2-level lead, and it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse.
Yep. Well, Clear is going to see what he can do here with Raptor now in tow. Casting, just narring them both into the wall. Kellen making his way down now, though. And Gideon's going to get on in here, and I don't think he's going to be enough to save Casting. That's a great Vault Breaker, though, and they might be able to get one. There is Kellen falling down, but now Gideon is in trouble. Vault Breaker with a double knockback as the Aegis comes through one more time, but cease and desist says goodbye to the Pantheon. It's a double as Gideon is angry after falling down earlier on, and now Clear, can you actually stay alive as Namgung is delivered to the turret, but down will go the Crocodile, and the Bros back on the horse once again.
So well played there by Gideon. It felt like his ability spacing was so good throughout that, and so much was committed by B&K Fear X to take down this Gnar, and they paid heavily for that kill.
And it means now
to consolidate vision there before they move down. But if we look on the bot side of the map, that's all bro vision. You can see the double control wards in the river, a bunch of wards through the jungle of B&K Fear X. So they just don't have any vision there. Oh.
Right. Roma is now taking a lot of damage, though, as Vikler is just going to flash over the top towards him. Gideon down in position, though, now as cease and desist comes in, but Gideon may actually be overextended. Namgung's making his way in, but there's a teleport from the Crocodile Weaver's Wall to deliver this to Leah. Back into the fight, and down goes Vikler. Raptor in trouble, tries to pick it up, and he does manage to take down Roma, but it's a 2-for-1, as now Clear looking to try and get on top of Teddy, as Kellen looks to get over that. That arcane shift was absolutely insane, or was it a flash? They both look pretty similar, and Teddy makes his way out.
I was certain he was dead in that situation. He had the flash, had the arcane shift, but, you know, Kellen was ready for him, and the charm does end up clipping him, but the timing, it felt like was perfect for him to get out. Teddy just evades Kellen there.
And B&K looking a bit silly after that, Ox.
Yeah, and now with Raptor dead, this should just be an easy dragon pickup for the bros. 3 dragons in pocket. Gotta feel good. I mean, Diablo's so low as well. This is a done deal for this dragon.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point.
And Gideon has like a 40 CS lead over Raptor, so he's so far ahead.
Well, there is a Nard to come out here from casting. Gets back to Mini Nard to try and boost that speed. Has the boomerang. And in comes the Pantheon. There's the stun, and down goes casting. Good pickoff here by B&K. But where's the cross map for the bros?
Yeah, this was a risky timing with Baron being up and available. But remember, they made neutral objectives so much tankier, so much harder to take down. And the fact that there is a ward on the Baron, and they kind of got the sense that Bro just wasn't in a position to rush it. So Raptor goes for the bot side play, gets the kill, and manages to get away with it without any real cross map. Now they'll look for the mid tower, but that True Shot Barrage is going to force them away. So no objective translation from B&K FearX, but a nice kill pickup.
Yeah,
with no chance of cross. Try and get some vision towards this topside jungle.
Does feel like B&K have somewhat stabilized this game, though. A little bit worrisome here for the bros. All right, there's a grand entrance, but an engage onto a Leona is not exactly the best thing. He gets exhausted, and they're still looking for it. And I'm going to go down, but the rest of the bros not actually opting in for anything, as Roma will get tagged here by Clear, but he just slices his way out of there.
Yeah, this Crocodile feels very weak. Like, you think about the fact that the top lane quest gives you extra experience. That's cool, that's nifty.
Geckos are pretty nifty. They're nifty lizards. But they're not as scary as crocodiles, it's absolutely true. As Kellen and Namgung, once again, some supporter combat, but you can see Gideon making his way in. Kellen will find the quickness there to charm up both of them, and Gideon's going to go down to his GA very, very quickly. Namgung now going to be the next target as Diablo. Free hitting is there, the line, it finds 2! As Vikler gets the angle, Teddy's taken down, and B&K cannot be stopped! Everyone getting taken out of this fight, and it's only Roma left over. B&K, they should be able to take themselves a Baron, take themselves a Drake. This game is flipped on its head.
And that's the 5v5 they were waiting for. Vikler with that beautiful shuffle coming in and clutching it. And now Baron in pocket. Dragon's coming up soon. They will be able to move over to that. They've got time. Everything is just turned around.
Finds the perfect angle. We're going to have a look at it from his perspective here. As he's letting everyone know that he's coming, he's ready. And, oh, what a beautiful flash. Man. Okay, we talk about like it was the year of doo-doo yesterday on the casts, what we were hearing about.
For B&K FearX. Like, this level of form for Vikler just really puts another level to this team entirely.
And we were talking about the bros.
Vikler stepping up in this way is really going to take them to another level. And now they're the ones with about the 3,000 gold lead that we saw Bro kind of have throughout this game. But to be able to push down this tower as well. Oh, Diablo a little bit chunked.
He has taken every single True Shot Barrage. Into the back line does go Gideon as Diablo over the wall, pulls back the feathers, and keeps himself alive. Another gorgeous shuffle as Vikler comes in to save the day. And somehow, Diablo is still standing, and I think the bros are not after that one, as it looks like B&K are looking to push down mid lane for the win.
Must be so disheartening for Gideon. Comes in on the flank, finds the 80 carry so close to taking him down before he uses that ultimate. But it does come through, the feathers come in, and B&K FearX turn it around, and now a huge gold lead. The state of the game, you know, blink and you miss it, because Bro was so far ahead for so much of this game, and now it looks like it's just over.
Yeah. It's looking pretty doomed here as Casting in a lot of trouble. Vikler looking to finish off a couple of extra kills as Namgung desperately trying to hold them at bay, but it's not going to work out as Casting Yeah, I don't think he's going to get much of an R here, and he does not. It's a double kill for Vikla, and well-deserved. Moving to 5-1 and 8 here as they look to take down the Nexus here in game number 1. And man, the Bros get the carry. Not going to be the case this time as Clear is picking up the Aatrox. I feel like we haven't had Aatrox at all so far this season.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm so far this season. As Vikla looking to try and make his way in, but hits kind of nothing on
Yeah, that was a nice root.
Well played, but Raptor is now going to make his way forward, gets the flash out, but immediate follow as Wind becomes lightning, and Vikla, can he find some Winds of War? The Justice Punch will do it, and First Blood goes to the Galio as the year... And we'll be locking this one away. Can still do some pretty ridiculous things in team fights against a whole bunch of champions that are largely melee range, and there are 3 of them that certainly fit that bill. As now Vikla with the phase rush is looking to try and make his way out here as Gideon throws down the pillar, and Vikla could be in a whole host of trouble. There's the Rune Prison. Does get the Justice Punch down though, as Gideon does pick up the kill, but now Raptor gets his way in there. Let's see whether he can actually make something happen. 2 versus 1 though, and it's not looking good, as Roma will find a lot of damage onto this Xin Zhao. No flash, and Roma looks to find a good sidestep, and Raptor will keep himself alive.
So close to going down. He was going to be down, but able to survive and create some space, and now a dive on the bot side.
Yep, see whether they can take down Teddy here, as there's a heroic entrance as well, as Teddy now trying to turn it on to Kellen. Winds of War come in, that is going to be Vikla grabbing that kill, as now Namgung is just going to flash to get on top of Raptor. Does manage to take him out, but it's a 2-for-1 in the dive on the bottom side. So B&K looking all right there, and now have themselves a decent little advantage as well.
Teddy, but honestly, it was a good eye from Teddy to see who was grabbing aggro. Just unfortunately, Kellen was a little bit faster on the trigger. Well, not faster, just reacted well.
Yeah.
All in all, B&K for Rex,
I think already going to be the first ones that have been put together, as there's public execution towards Clear. World Ender does come on down, Sundered Sky to try and get that health bar back, but Gideon makes his way in, and I don't think Clear is going to find a way out of this one. Heroic Entrance comes in though, and maybe I spoke too soon. Great knock up, and Gideon will be taken down. And now casting, I don't know whether the Alcove Gaming is going to work out, because now the Bash Bros make their way in to defend their Aatrox, and it's a double for Vikla.
It's just his year, isn't it? It's just the year of Vikla. He's just on form.
Watch out, World Championship. Vikla's coming back to North America. As all right, Namgung now going to start a fight up against Diablo once again. The Wild Growth comes in as there's Roma with the ulti, and that is going to spell the end of both bot laners. The year of Vikla continues though, as he just dives on top of Teddy, wipes out a fair bit of the damage. I think Vikla will be dead now, but Namgung's in a bit of trouble. Justice Punch. Oh, the dash cannon missed. Oh, it could have been another kill. That would have been so sick if that had happened, but it did not.
Explode people, especially if you're this fed.
Yep.
So I kind of respect it.
And it is going to be first turret going over to the Bros. They should be able to claim themselves a gold advantage. As you can see, it is teetering back and forth. Clear once again. Difficult to dive in Aatrox now that he has an item or 2 put together, and now he's looking for an angle here. We'll be able to chain up casting and gets not tagged by the public execution. Now the World Ender does come down, finds a good double knock up there with the Q, and this is the danger we were talking about. They do take him down, and Namgung successfully tanked up that turret, and then they take it down. The trade will be the outer in the mid lane, as now Teddy could be in a little bit of trouble here, and by a little bit I mean a lot, as Diablo grabs his first of the game and augments that with this turret going down as well. Triple grubs though, and an inner turret on the docket here for the Bros, looking to try and grab that one at the same time, as there is the Realm Warp, but it was a little bit of a fake out there as Roma decides not to take it. Casting moving in as Diablo now might be the target, but Raptor does have now a big circle around him. Gargoyle comes in to try and help them out as Casting hit by the Winds of War and taken down by Diablo. Make that 2 for the Yunara.
And I think that was a little unnecessary from Bro. Like, they were doing the trade. They got top lane tier 2, and I think they were going to be able to defend the tier 2 in the mid lane, even without the teleport from Casting. It was a bit of an overstep, to be honest. Focus on trying to make this happen, but they are being pushed in the mid lane.
All right, Gideon wrapping around, looking for Raptor.
Oh, he's going for it.
I didn't say wrap for that reason, but it did kind of work out. It's got a teleport to bring the Aatrox in, and let's see whether the Bros can keep themselves alive. There is the Crescent Guard. But a little bit of a disengage here by the bros, and a bit invested at the start of this fight as Vikla gets himself out of there. And now the re-engage, the quadra taunt from Vikla as he looks to make his presence known. Vikla trying to get the work done, but already the Lulu goes down. Raptor dead as well as Vikla's so close to going down. And Diablo falls, but clear is massive. They should be able to take him out, though. The CC is too much, and the bros stand tall and wipe out B&K.
Should just be able to pick up the Baron off the back of this. It looked like a huge engage from Vikla, but I think they just didn't have the follow-up to finish out the fight. So here, this was a bit of an anti-synergy from Raptor, because he goes in and he ults them away, so the Galio ult hits no one. And now you don't have your Xin Zhao ultimate, and also, Diablo and Kellen are really low HP already. So then when this big ult comes in, it looks massive, but there's so many low health members, the Nautilus ult gets massive value, Lulu immediately dead, Xin Zhao immediately dead, Diablo gets hit by a piercing arrow and then dies. And I think even though it was a hype moment for
in that last fight, it certainly was not able to do much of anything at all.
And also just Yanara being able to auto-attack and not being half HP.
That is certainly good too.
Yeah, so now...
Well, we got another one. As the Baron still around the bros, as now Raptor caught out. Good pillar position here from Gideon as Audacious Charge gets Raptor out of the way. As in goes the public execution. Casting though going down so incredibly low. Down goes Vikla though. It may not be his year after all. As the snipe from Teddy's too good. Double kill here for the Varus, and Diablo, not a whole lot he can do, and the hook is going to land. Namgung having such a better day here today compared to their first day out against DK, and they're looking to take this inner turret at the same time.
Namgoon's just been on fire. I feel like getting so much value in these fights, but the target selection is so good here, and bro, I mean, this game looks firmly in their control. I mean, last game, it felt like they weren't able to push their advantage, but now with an 8,000 gold lead, look at all these towers they're picking up.
Oh man, it is going to be 10K by the end of this, as Kellen, oh look, the little Lulu that could. Not quite able to even deal with a minion wave here as B&K. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be getting out of the bros to finish this one off. But right now, the fight has started. Gideon looking relatively low, but he is Trundle, so doesn't feel too worried about it. Heroic entrance comes on through, but Vikla just melts like butter. And Teddy's untouched in this fight. Hit by the Infernal Chains, but he just takes the Aatrox down. And Raptor and Kellen just left wondering where their teammates have gone. The bros looking to break down the front door, and they may just end the game right here. 10,000 gold the lead. And we felt like maybe after that comeback victory in game number 1 for B&K, the bros would be broken. But no, that is not what the bros stands for in the bros. It stands for brotherhood, and it stands for winning game 2, so that we can have as much League of Legends as possible. Nexus down, on to the next.
She got nerfed pretty hard in the jungle, and hit clear is painfully slow now. So keeping pace in the jungle is quite hard.
And B&K able to dish back more than what they were given. Pretty impressive stuff here. Good sidestep as there's the pulverize onto both. Teddy now looking a bit worse for wear as the flash forward and Diablo picks up the kill in the duo. Killer instinct as he looks for Namgung at the same time. Now the minion wave. Oh dear, I think this is a dead Braum, and it is. Kellen walks it off, and it is 2 kills to start
It's so important that your carries are strong.
Yeah.
So now when you're already seeing Teddy down 900 gold.
Oh, culling to come on through here as Kellen is going to be the one to tank it up. Pulverize onto Namgung as the flash forward to try and lock this one down. Kellen, no unbreakable will, so he is very dead as Teddy continues to fight towards Diablo. There's a concussive, blows the barrier. Is it going to be enough? The answer's no. Piercing light, and Teddy finds... And you've got Casting also doing the same thing, going to meet that minion wave as it passes the inner turret. Okay, top lane is just not really doing too much. It's a teleport towards this bottom side of the map. Okay, it's Clear making his way in, but already Kellen is just dead. Double knockup does come through, but the door is in position. And I don't know about that one, B&K. I'm going to put that in the whoopsie column.
Yeah, I mean, Kellen goes in, but with no ult, he just gets demolished. Great flash there from Roma.
Yeah, no shockwave to connect. And B&K... I mean, maybe they found out that Umpty is here in the house. Rotated down from that top side as well. An unstoppable onslaught can get him there at a moment's notice. So Gideon going to be able to take this dragon without too much contest.
And honestly, Gideon's done a good job of keeping...
For the Bros, and that is their two-threat composition. That was the fact that, okay, we've got a shockwave here in the mid lane. The flash forward from Clear, and Roma, he's dead.
Not much you can do there, I'm going to be honest. No flash, you're kind of stuck. Gideon gets a stun, but can't really do more.
Yep, Heroic Charge is going to be able to work there, but now Clear looking for Gideon. Does get the knock-up. Cyclone comes down. Glacial Fissure is there, though. That is a decoy. And so that is not going to be the prize that the Bros are looking for.
They did take out that decoy, though. That was good.
That decoy was
well... I kind of knew it was maybe coming, but once you've walked up, you are kind of doomed. Now should be able to get this Herald. Yeah. Yep. Can you get the eye, though?
Looking for a fight here as Gideon down relatively low. Vikla looking for Roma. Scatter the Weak does come on through. Force of Will throws a blue buff at him. That was pretty cute. But it looks like the eye is just going to go to the wayside. Casting, I think, was considering moving over to try and take it. But B&K, I think, have successfully denied Shelly's presence on the map here in this game number 3. It's a little bit sad. I imagine she probably wanted to participate today, but it's just not happening. Not 3 games in a row. As B&K still defending here towards this bottom side, but they are starting to fight with a little bit more gusto. And the game is very, very even. Another shockwave to come through as Vikla is just going to find a solo kill. And Gideon going to help finish that one off. And I don't know whether that's exactly going to give you enough back, as now the culling to be thrown towards Kellen and Diablo, but the Unbreakable Will soaks up a lot of that damage. Still the Bros fighting this one off quite nicely, as now Teddy looks for the angle and does not quite get it towards Diablo, but they still need to get out of there. Yeah,
I mean, Kellen tacking it up for his AD carry, but you can see the pressure being applied here by the Bro bot lane. And have to back away. I think this might just be the turret. Should be able to pick that one up there.
Yep. And despite what's been happening in the mid lane, things still going pretty well for the Bros. So we're going to check this one out one more time. Yeah, it just kind of shockwaves him.
Yeah, so much damage. And in the end, it ends up being more gold. One carry left, and it's so hard to fight your way out with one carry alive.
And Roma only has flash to try and get out of the way.
Yeah.
They do decide to go for an engage. So that summoner spell is going to be so important, as the Bros looking for a bit of a fight here, but there is Gideon being thrown around like a ragdoll, tries to heroically charge his way out, but a Void Seeker is going to be able to connect to find him. Still the Bros looking for the fight as Namgon going down very, very low, but it's Raptor that dies first. Clear gets into the backline, and so does Diablo as the Killer Instinct comes through. Teddy takes the Akathian Rain with him to the grave, as it's a double kill for Clear. And now Casting has a very large health bar, but he wants to get the heck out of dodge, and he will successfully escape because he is very difficult to kill at this stage of the game. But B&K win themselves the fight pretty handily.
And B&K for Rex, just the ruthlessness and the target selection.
Here in this game number 3, decider between the Bros and B&K. I think much closer than a lot of people I think would have expected.
I think this is a problem, right? Your carries are mid-range, right, with Lucian and Syndra, and they have to do so much. And I think Kai'Sa as well just has so much more sustained damage, so I think they really need to target the Kai'Sa, blow her up as quickly as possible, and then...
And Raptor in the same sentence sounds a bit weird. As Q going to get charged up, so Raptor does get knocked up. Gideon looking for a bit of an angle. Unstoppable Onslaught does come in as they get rid of the cow. And now Namgon looking a little worse for wear, but Diablo out of this fight almost completely. Raptor, great defensive Cyclone as Kellen goes in. Namgon, I don't know about that flash, but it was aggressive. I like the idea, just didn't quite work out as Diablo gets into the backline, supercharges to get himself out, but I don't know whether that's what he wanted to do. The unleashed power comes through from the Syndra, and Kellen is hunting down Teddy. The flash in from Clear to finish off the 80 carry, and now Roma is running for the hills. It is a 2-for-1 so far, but Gideon likely to die as well. Oh, never mind. Not quite able to get that last hit, but Casting not going to be so lucky as Scatter the Weak comes in, and down will go the cow as Roma is on the board. Speaking of roaming though, Raptor is looking for a bit of an angle as there is Gideon and Casting with basically no health at all. It looks like they will be allowed to make it to safety.
Such a scrappy
fight.
fight.
Level 17, as you can see. Not a whole lot in that experience bar, and Clear is most of the way towards level 18 right now, or half the way, I should say. As all right, Infernal Drake goes over to B&K. Now they're looking for a potential fight here. Let's see what they can actually find. Good knock up onto Diablo there from Casting. who's just putting himself in front of the bros like a brick wall, standing stalwart. The Commodore himself, Scatter the Weak is fantastic. Unstoppable Onslaught comes down as well as they get rid of the Rek'Sai from the fight. Kellen is just trying to distract as best he can, but he goes down. And there's the Shockwave, but it's more defensive than anything else, and the pros stand their ground.
That stun from
Roll, and that is not no money. That is a 3,300 gold advantage before the tower even goes down.
And casting doesn't have TP, so you have to send Roma.
Just a little bit. They are clearing out vision around this Baron, but in the meantime, Raptor is just going to take this dragon. And there is a Syndra now trying to deal with this Rek'Sai, but it means that BNK can walk up. They get full information, teleport to bring Roma in to make this a 5 versus 5, as teleports are coming in everywhere as well. Shockwave only hits onto casting, but look at the Baron. It's going to be secured by the bros, and they just walk their way out. BNK just a little slow.
So obviously, Baron for Dragon, we've seen those trades and often, very often favor the Baron. But the thing is, Baron with so much less gold than it used to be. Nothing happens on the back of this Baron. I feel like BNK Fearax are okay that you took it. But if you get structures from it, then, okay, they've gotten one tower. That's a good reward. You can see the Baron power play starting to build up in Bro's favor.
1,800 now. Should be getting higher. You can see Clear with 4 items now completed. Steric's Gauge done, level 19. So close to level 20 for this Rek'Sai.
Isn't like a crazy amount. They didn't get that much in terms of structures.
And BNK, before the Baron went down, actually increased their gold by a lot as, oh god, okay, Roma is likely to just be dead. He's just dead.
That's not good.
No, I'm going to put that in the cons column as well. Not quite working out because you mentioned 2-threat comp. Now it's 1 threat. It's just Teddy. And the Baron that they were going to try and use to push down and get structures, well, it's Diablo is getting plates as Teddy looks to try and cull him. Had a minion wave there, which I believe just saved Diablo's life, as now the fight is on for real. Remember, the Roma is not there. Casting moving in, Clear down very, very low, but remember, this Rek'Sai is so powerful. Still, it is going to be the kill onto the Wukong. Taking the tunnel out is Clear, but there are the knockups from Kellen. As the Shockwave, gigantic from Vikla. Remember whose year it is, ladies and gentlemen. It might be Teddy's, as he does actually manage to get some work done. But Casting, he's the last man standing on this Scion, and he's not going to be able to stop Vikla this year.
Bro, trying to find the fight 4v5, and honestly, it looks...
Quest, so
you have the space for it. It could be the clutch item here. Oh, Casting might caught them.
Yeah, see whether he does find the angle, as Teddy, culling, not really doing anything much of anything at all to Vikla. As, oh dear, the Rek'Sai on the flank angle, looking for Teddy, has to settle for a knockup on a Casting as the 2-man Shockwave does come on forward. Ulti out from Nangong doesn't do too much of anything at all. But the pros, they stand tall. Health bars looking a little worse for wear, but they are all still alive. Only 1 ultimate still remaining as Clear looks for a little bit of an angle here onto Gideon. And meanwhile in the 4v4, the flash forward, the Cyclone's massive, and the killer instinct from Diablo as he gets into the backline, wipes out the bottom lane immediately. And there is Clear finding Gideon. Void Rush to take down the jungler. And now Raptor and Clear are looking for the angle onto Roma, who is now the only one still alive. And that was the opposite of what happened in the last fight, but that may spell the end of the game as BNK. I mean, it took them a while this time around, but it looks like they are going to be able to take down the pros here in this series.
And Raptor coming in clutch, found that pick on Roma previously, and they're finding that snapping gauge right at the end. That was quite a dangerous game. That ult is still available.
Yeah.
I'd be a little careful if I were you.
He broke his arm guard, so he does need to be very, very careful. There's Scatter the Weak and a flash, but I don't know whether Roma's going to be able to do anything. There go the Nexus turrets. Headbutt pulverized from Kellen as they celebrate with a final kill. Diablo locks that one down, and BNK Fearax going to go 2-0.
Well, it's not as much of an aiming pick. I mean, it's a playable lane, but I feel like you're going to get poked out a decent amount by the Varus. And with the Rakan as well, they're going to have more sustain than you. Just in the two, it's great. You end up with more gold, and obviously Rumble loves gold.
Ooh, Chovy having to flash. That's a really good start here, as Cuz getting engaged on by Canyon, though. The flash has to be used by him as well to get himself out of there. So mid lane bit of a reset here, and like you say, with the home guard, means that he will not miss anything. We'll have some time to do a little jig while he makes in the LCK Cup. That's all right, Ghost Enduro, Portal Combat.
I think there was that game that...
Do you notice as well, Ghost is playing Beryl's skin? All right, Chovy looking for the combo here as Cuz going to turn up. but that is a great quickness. BDD still alive somehow, holding on for so long. Finally, Chovy gets over there and finds an auto attack, and down will go BDD for first blood. As under the turret they go, but Ghost is going to be able to walk his way out. Man, that was almost comic. And now they'll just take Dragon as well.
Yeah, and BDD already low, especially when you're against... Oh, TP's coming in.
Yeah, a lot of teleports from coming all over the place. As there's a seismic shove, does collect a couple of them, as now Duro getting thrown to the side, but cease and desist is not going to do much of anything at all, and Ghost is just going to die. It is 2 into the blender, and Gen.G now 3 on the board, and a 4,000 gold lead with 2 Drakes to their name, and man, oh, Cloud Soul, chef's kiss. You love to see it.
I was locked in. I was focused, but I just feel like Gen.G so much more coordinated and KT a little bit split with the fight. Carries us spot. This has been the common thing now, are going triple tonic and cashback. Oh.
Cease and desist onto Ruler. They will be able to catch him out, and there is Aiming collecting himself a bit more money.
That's a nice pickup.
I can understand it. Seraphs is now done here for BDD, but it doesn't feel the greatest. Helping be a bit more durable as, Keen gonna get Volt broken. And perfect diving in, but the flash immediate, and Keen should be able to get himself to relative safety. Now Chovy with some spare time towards his top side. I don't know whether Ghost is going to be enough to deter
trying his best.
This Yone, Yeah,
Ghost didn't have ult there on the bot side, so kind of touch and go with a Keen. 100% needed ult, but I think he was just scared of Cassante getting in range, so I think maybe did have to, but either way, able to put the next wave so easily.
Yeah. All right, Ghost now in position to maybe be in a bit of trouble. Decides to go forward, is now perfect, looks for the all-out angle. Let's see who's going to pick up as everyone's getting knocked up all over the place. The Unbreakable Will from Ghost getting a lot of value, but there's the Equalizer. Speaking of value, as the Barbecue walks his way in, and Keen looks to try and burn them down. The Cow is going to be okay though for now. Duro going down very low himself. As now Canyon looking to try and get in there, but it's perfect, that's his target, and he's extraordinarily durable. Chovy not able to find too much of a target, but it's Soul Point on the table, and Gen.G, I think, are just able to take it.
Yeah, it was such a scrappy engage from KT, but they just weren't quite able to find Ruler. I feel like that was their target. Weren't able to connect onto him, and as a result, Gen.G's able to push forwards and take the Dragon, and now looking for mid-tier 1. Yeah,
Rift Herald going to be utilized as well as Chovy comes in. There's the ulti sidestepped really nicely, and there's the combo. Chovy punished, and the turret is going to finish him off. Aiming collects that kill, cease and desist now onto Duro, as in the meantime in the bot lane, Perfect in trouble. He'll be taken down, but Duro dies as well. So cross map, it is a 2-for-1.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get anything more, if they can get
with
the
a
turret.
cannon. They should be able to do this. They also have 3 grubs, so this turret not long for the world. So that is that one taken down, but I believe the outer also fell in the bottom lane. Still doing just fine, 1.8k about ahead of BDD in this game, and Gen.G holding on to their advantage with now a Soul Point alongside it. But cease and desist comes down onto Canyon. Equalizer in once again, and Cuz has to deal with that one. Gets the big old shield though, and down goes Canyon with no response from Gen.G. That's beautifully done, but there is no Drake on the table. It's probably a decent time for Canyon to die, to be perfectly honest with you, especially with Chovy getting such work done here towards the top side.
Yeah, not really able to translate.
That is going to provide even more respite here for KT.
Yeah.
Clawing their way back.
Chovy's a menace in the side lane, and the problem is Perfect has cloth armor and no other armor at all against a Blade of the Moon.
As KT get control of the wave, as the Dragon has been started off here by Gen.G. It's very healthy though, and they are more healthy than they were in the past. As Ghost still has the Unbreakable Will, but he might need to use it a little bit earlier than he'd otherwise want to, as the Dragon continuing to get taken down. As BDD looking for an angle, doesn't find the flick back, as the wall is now going to dissipate. As Duro wants to get in there. Equalizer goes down. Not a lot of joy with that one, as there is Ghost being cleansed quite nicely. As they're into the blender. Chovy gets into the backline, and Ruler takes down the Cow. But look at these health bars melt. Gen.G somehow keep themselves alive, as the carries from KT, they just couldn't finish anyone off. BDD's taken out, and there is Keen with the burn. It is somehow
chunks him on the top side. Like, look how low Aiming gets, and him and BDD are like so concerned about Keen, and then this blender happens, the engage comes in again, Keen threatening the backline. So when this mixed fight happens, BDD and Aiming just weren't able to participate because this Rumble was just running them down the whole time.
Maybe get a little bit of help All right, there is going to be a little flick back onto Canyon, though. Grand entrance not quite connecting onto BDD. Chovy now with an Infinity Edge, though. Ox, I am just worried.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That is a scary amount of damage. And also the poke from Ruler, a lot of threat of the hips. I mean, I say the poke from Ruler, also the harpoons from Keen. We saw what happened to Ghost earlier. The attrition that's coming in. I feel like KT at some point just have to engage, but like onto who? Ruler has the spell shield as well. Oh, from Chovy.
Yeah, going for the block there. Cuz, good position, and he is just going to be thrown into... Yeah, thrown around like a ragdoll.
That's a good target. Yeah. And now looking to maybe engage on the top side. Look at Cuz and BDD on the flank.
Yep, getting over there. There is a control ward in position, but the rest of KT, they have a man advantage. Let's see whether they can make something happen. Chains of Corruption does not land. Canyon might be the sacrificial Xin Zhao as he's taken down low already. Perfect, just trying to hold them at bay as the rest of KT are closing in. Equalizer is great, though. Let's see whether Gen.G can turn it around. Already aiming is taken out, but Canyon has to sacrifice himself for it. Perfect, keeping himself alive as Keen goes golden, and he's got the flame spitter out. Cuz is still so dangerous, so is Keen. Flashes on top of BDD, and this Rumble is just too strong, even in a 4 versus 5. Gen.G are too good.
Keen just runs them down. He did aiming as well. He got CC'd and he just ran at him and just cooked him. Every fight is just impossible for KT's carries because they're just getting toasted by Keen.
Maybe there's a reason why we've been seeing Rumble banned almost every single game so far.
You know, I get it.
5-0, right now on the Rumble. Yeah, this guy is kind of ridiculous. He's got a Magize. He's got a Magize, Ox.
He's cooking.
He is certainly cooking. Chovy going to be able to take down this inner turret as well, and all of a sudden, it's an 11,000 gold lead.
You know, I think as well, the fact it's a Cloud Soul, you know, you often have the phase rush. Heaven 45, you know...
Oh, there we go.
Maybe just flip the Elder. Yeah. I think Gen.G should not flip the Elder.
Well, they might, as Duro possibly in an awkward position here as the equalizer goes down. Perfect is very, very dead, and Duro with the quickness is just hunting down members of KT. Aiming gets charmed up, the Ghost has to flash to get himself out of the way, and I don't know whether that's going to be enough to keep him alive. And it is not, as Ruler picks up the double. There's Chains of Corruption as well to lock down 3 for Gen.G, and BDD's getting the heck out of dodge.
That was a great call, BDD.
Yes.
No, keep going to the base. Yeah, great call from Gen.G. Don't flip the Elder. Just kill them. It's that simple.
It's a good way to do it. They could go back to the Elder now, or they could kill the Nexus. It's either of those choices that they have available to them. Yeah, smorgasbord of options. Not so many on the side of
here. Duro comes in with the quickness, goes to the teammate, W's in, gets 2, and then flashes to follow aiming. There's not the immediate follow-up onto him, but then Ruler ends up, I think, predicting... Oh.
All right, got a little bit of an engagement here as BDD took most of his health bar in damage. The Elder, though, in the meantime, is just going down lower and lower. True Jump Barrage! So close, but no cigar. Perfect is going to get eaten by a gigantic dragon from the sky. No, never mind. He's just going to get cooked
run
by Keen as, yeah, Cuz also just getting chipped down. He's like, no! My teammates will not die before me! And that may be the case, as, never mind, Cuz, burning, still trying to go for it here, as nice double pulverize, bit of a zoning.
Oh my god, the damage.
Seismic shove is, yeah, that's just kind of ridiculous, as Canyon's going to be able to help take down Ghost there. Perfect, still dead for a while as well, as KT, they are circling the drain well and truly. I hope the comms are all about what they're going to do in game number 2, and probably being pretty happy that there is going to be no Rumble in that game.
Yeah.
Because in this game, Keen kind of took over, and there was nothing that they could do.
Yeah, the money printer Rumble goes hard.
It certainly does. As there's a knock up onto Cuz. Oh, the dragon almost got mad at him, but he's on the fountain, so that's going to help him stay alive. It may not be the same for the Nexus, though, as they have some respawning members, and Equalizer goes down as, oh my goodness, Gen.G just trying to pad the stats here a little bit as, oh my god, the Hungry Dragon is able to take down Cuz. A double kill here for Ruler as he's sniping them on the fountain, bobbing for apples here at the end of the game. Just kill the Nexus, guys, come on. As Ruler is going to go down, and that is going to spell the end of the game. Gen.G will be locking away the Rel. There it is.
We should get another look in the crowd of that horse.
Yeah, we do need the Duro horse back again. I imagine we will get a look in. We need to.
Qs, and you know, it's just going to get worse and worse. So now Ruler's not in a position he can really walk up. Oh. And he needs to stack up his passive to really trade. You know, you're all about the burst trades as the Ziggs. You also have TP, so you can have
Oh, flash out here from BDD as in they go. The egg is now down as Canyon just trying to protect the egg as best he can. And KT are going to be able to pick up first blood for BDD. Canyon will be able to answer with a kill on to the Rise. But still, first blood money over to BDD. Good to be able to talk about that again.
Sure, he's been a little bit aggressive. Just have Duro to back him up.
Yep. And Polo going to have to flash. Get out of the way.
Why you don't want to play Nautilus into Onivia.
Well, it's also why you don't want to be keen right now, as Hook didn't connect onto Canyon as well, as Polo is likely to die because everyone's distracted by Keen, who is still alive somehow. There's the Realm Warp getting BDD out of there, though, as the rest of Gen.G now going to move around. Zombie Scion helping out here as well, as another great wall comes through. That's the end of Cuz, as now Perfect.
Can they find BDD?
Oh,
they did.
Yeah, they did. As the Glacial Storm, as Rune Prison comes on through, BDD wanting to give that kill over to Duro, and will be able to do so, and there it is. Perfect, just looking to try and crocodile his way out. And Gen.G looking a little bit better after that one, is now aiming, throwing down a minefield, but
oh, what a satchel.
Ruler just getting thrown around. Yeah.
Oh, the ult!
Mega Inferno Bomb, and Ruler does have the barrier, but he absolutely... But BDD is a fair way away, no Ghost available either, so should mean that Gen.G will be able to just take down this dragon, throw it with eyes on where Cuz is.
Man, Duro's so fair.
I hope
We're not gonna have a fun time.
I hope it was actually Polo's decision and he wasn't just like forced into this, because it's really not looking like a whole lot of fun. Continuing to do so here as well as Polo with the aftershock, but he is just going to get publicly executed as, okay, Cuz going on forward, looking for a bit of an angle here. Is BDD able to fire out a lot of damage? Mega Inferno Bomb avoided majoritively, but BDD will be able to grab the kill onto Duro. And Keen allowed to live this time around as Ruler and Aiming once again fighting this one out. As Aiming, pool party skin as well, so shout outs to that one, definitely the best choice.
It was the right skin.
Indeed.
I will say at least KT's, Polo's teammates gotta have fun there. The rest of KT gotta have fun in that passage of play. So, you know, Nautilus, no fun allowed, but other people are doing stuff. Aiming also contributing with the ult.
Yeah, and actually doing okay in the 1v1 here in this lane as well, as BDD is almost just dead as he...
Oh, he missed it!
Oh, the flash, and Chovy is able to lock down the kill there. Somehow had enough mana and has...
close.
이거 미드도 좀 예민해. 라이즈 노텔이라 억지로 라인 풀려한다.
Yep, Chovy having a bit of a chat about the state of the Rise. Oh, that wall was so beautifully done.
Oh, he walked out and then walked back in. He wasn't quite in
라이즈가
it.
실수했어.
No tower compared to now.
Very frustrating when there are Ziggs nerfs and you're on a cast with Orcs.
Tragic.
Absolutely. Some water balloons being thrown around here as Duro taking a fair bit of damage. There's the flash in from Cuz as they're looking to try and take down the rail. Somehow it's her that takes this dragon, and Cuz trying to get some work done, but he's just dead to the Onivia as Chovy taking control of the battlefield. Another fantastic ulti out from Canyon, though, is now Aiming. Now that they've closed the gap, he is very, very dead. Ruler probably wanted that kill, but it's going to go over to the Ambessa. 3-0-3 for Canyon now in this game.
Shield and the tenacity, but if you want to like run out of the ult, this is the person we were so set on, but they turned it down and we went for this person, and you just couldn't imagine their original intent.
Yeah. As, all right, we got a bit of a fight brewing here as Duro going down low, but so is Polo, who is continuing to have a bad time. There is another wall to make his life just unbearable. As now Perfect does get in there with that Dominus popped, and there is the public execution. Oh my goodness, BDD down already, Cuz so far away from the fight is Perfect, getting so much work done. My God, this crocodile is gigantic. Everyone on Gen.G just flashing away, but they flash to safety and keep themselves alive. Aiming with nothing left in the tank, and he is the last man standing. Gen.G win once again.
Yeah, it was a good effort, honestly, by Perfect, trying to do the most... Oh, Chovy? Well, he's egged. Oh, he's not. He actually, yeah. Keen maybe some Roa healing might have actually saved him. Keen doesn't need Roa healing, he's just a tank.
He is. Polo also he hit the hook, and then it was the then what type scenario, and they didn't quite have an answer to that one.
I think the real lesson here...
800%.
And then, but I feel like Duro was also great in game one.
Oh, true.
But then game two, it's like...
In all fairness, but you know, theoretically, there is the ability.
Oh, Polo!
Oh, he lived! Okay! Flash and try! Oh, never mind. Duro is just going to murder him. What the heck was that? That was a very weird interaction. Never you mind, as now Gen.G with a man advantage, but Canyon's very, very low. There's Mega Inferno Bomb as well as they're trying to do the damage here to Ruler. Oh my goodness, the CC is disgusting, but PDD does get a fair bit of damage down. Perfect, unfortunately, not able to do enough. And Gen.G just so good at controlling the battlefield. Ruler, the only casualty in the fight, and that will mean Baron goes down for Gen.G, and they can use that
They
to
just
put...
fully locked into killing him.
And KT, like, they wanted to kill Ruler, and you know what? They did.
They succeeded at that, so credit to them.
Well, Gen.G killed Cuz. They did do that as well. As now aiming, also potentially in a whole bunch of... Oh, that was sick from Keen! Give that man the POM! He deserves it. It's a double kill for the Scion. And yeah, PDD does now have said shoes completed. There that is. It's not going to matter too much as now Perfect dives in on top of Canyon. Canyon not looking too bothered by it as he just kills BDD. There is the ulti as Polo has now provided himself as a target.
Damage.
Why is Canyon's health bar so high?
He doesn't take damage.
He's still just dashing around. Polo's going to die as an afterthought. And yeah, Perfect realizing that he needs to just try and slice his way out of here. There's a Hextech Soul-Ox! And that means that Perfect is going to need a little bit more, but he will be able to get back to the fountain and keep himself alive.
He's not a handbag yet.
All right, well, let's see where the Canyon is at. He's not killable.
Guys,
he's not
Canyon's
killable. He's just not killable.
He's 4 levels up on Cuz.
What?
He's 4 levels up
I'm
on
so
Cuz.
bothered. I mean, I kind of thought that Ambessa now, you know, after a year, is kind of okay. You know, she's an okay spot. It's not the case at all. Now I know why they banned the Ambessa instead of the Rumble in game number 1.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Perfect and Polo, both of them just having the worst time. And the worst.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty slick.
But maybe Canyon's going to recency bias his way towards it as... Oh, here's the train to the POM! As in goes Keen, aiming so dead so quickly. Ruler's going to finally get himself another kill in this game.
If we're going by recency bias, that train was the last thing I've seen.
Exactly. There we go, Ox. We've sorted it out. POM for Keen. Phenomenal Scion play in this game. As KT, there is just no... It's almost a 20,000 gold lead.
Wait, look at Polu. Look at Polu.
Polu's trying to have a good time, and it's just not happening. Into the blender once again as the Crocodile is also taken down. BDD and Cuz on their fountain, but it's a triple kill for Ruler. There are 2 members in the fountain here. Everyone quickly dive. Give him the Penta. It looks like Gen.G are not really interested in that as towers are going down. Oh, they're actually going in. They're looking for it. Cuz going to get taken out, but it's Keen that gets the kill. And that is going to cement his POM for me. That is my vote going over to the Scion 100%. And Gen.G will finish playing with their food and take down KT into 2-0 fashion.